to the Salad Toss. Thanks for joining in another week. For those that are listening, I have recording on video too. And I have a special guest this week. His name is Dai, and he can introduce himself. But I actually found him through a mutual friend, Ayana, um, and while I was in Osaka, and I found out about him through her because he had a meetup group in Kyoto, having like conversational Japanese and teaching like foreigners Japanese. So, how about you introduce yourself, Dai?
はい、こんにちは。
Konnichiwa. Ohio. It's the
お
morning
はよう。
before
Yeah,
there.
おはよう in Japan time.
Yeah.
そうですね。大です。
Mm,
26歳です。
mm.
バイクの音がうるさいですね。
Yeah, it's okay.
そうですね。今は、不動産、Real Estate で働い
Oh.
てて、今は実は家を売ってるんですけど、
Mm,
それまではずっと外国の人と、外国の人に日本語を教えて、教えてました。はい。
mhm.
で、2017年には、オーストラリアで、日本語を教えてたりして、で、そこから帰ってきて、日本で、外国の人に日本語を教えて、
Mm,
毎日楽しく過ごしてます。
yeah.
はい。でも、そうですね。なんで、言語はやっぱり日本語と英語になるんですけど、
Mm.
でももっと僕もなんかいろんな言語喋れるようになりたいなって思
Mm.
います。うん。なんかほとんど日本語やった。
Yeah, it's
It's
okay.
pretty hard to, speak
Like,
mixed Japanese and
like,
English.
I know, ego de, in the English, like like you said, he's a real estate agent, in Japan. He used to live in Australia, right? How long did you live in Australia?
Just for 1 year.
1 year. Okay, well, that's pretty good though.
Yeah, that was really good experience for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you came back, you had a meetup group and helped
Mm,
teach foreigners English,
yeah.
like casual Japanese, not teach Japanese to foreigners.
Mm, mm,
But yeah, okay, cool. So, going into like more about your Australian
mm.
experience when you were there, how was that? Like, how was that transition to living in Australia?
Yeah. Like I really loved living there
Mm-hmm.
because like Australians are, laid back people and I love them. And I love that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
ですあまり今日も9時からで、9時ギリギリにズー
Mm-hmm.
ムに入ってると、ちょっと僕もギリギリパーソンだから。
Right.
なんかちょっとオーストラリアの生活フィットしてるかなって思ったり。
funny.
うん。
Okay, cool. And because I when I lived in Japan, I worked with a woman. She's from Australia. Her name is Karen, and she was on one of my other episodes. She came to Japan when she was young, and then um, she's pretty much been in Japan ever since. But of course, she's fluent in both Japanese and English, and she started her own English, like not really juku, but more like an English school where she teaches English in a fun way, I guess.
うんうん
But yeah, she's really nice, and so like I
う
can
ん。
feel that like Australian like vibe from her. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So when you were there, were you like staying with a homestay family? Like what was your arrangements?
I actually live in like school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like no, like obviously not in dormitory, but
Mhm.
I was actually living above the health clinic in school.
うん。
So like なんか ちょっと小さい村みたいな。It was like a small village.
Ah, okay, okay.
It was in Cairns, so it's really like countryside. So
Oh,
like
okay.
really big school, but like very small number of students.
Mhm.
そうだからなんか、まあ、キャンパスがあって、なんか家がその近くに家がいっぱいあるみたいな。
Okay.
その中の一つに、
Mm.
Yeah, I lived there.
Okay. So then while you were there, you were going to school and did you like do anything like fun, like extracurricular, like club
Yeah,
to ka, like something fun?
yeah.ケアンズはね、まあ、オーストラリアの中でも、やっぱりもっとライトバック。
Mm.
あったかいから、やっぱりみん
Mhm.
なこうライトバックで。で、まあ、大学のテストも結構簡単。
Eh.
そうだか
Honto.
ら、みんな高校生になってもなんか、みたいな。だから
Oh, wow.
日本語とかあんまりこうちゃんと勉強してない。
Mm.
ねだから、so so teachers are really trying to make it fun.
Mhm.
And when you teach like from prep to year 12, so obviously it's different,
Mhm.
totally, totally different, depending on the grade. But we have to always try to make it fun.
Yeah.
だから結構あんまりその文法やりますみたいなじゃなくて、
Right.
like Japanese culture とか、なんか
Yeah.
こう、じゃあ踊りましょうとか、歌いましょうとか、
Right,
なんか
right.
そういうことやってて、
Sort of
まあ、
like how when like foreigners come to Japan and we have the ALTs and we teach English, like we try to make it like kind of fun. So kind of
い
like
やいやい
that.
や、
Yeah.
うん、
Mhm.
そうだから僕も ALT かな、どっちかっていうと、
Oh, okay.
メイ
Okay.
ンというよりかは ALT。
Mm, okay. なるほど. Okay. So so you were there for a year and then was the contract only for like a year or you just wanted to go back to Japan?
Yeah, the contract was only a year,
Mhm.
sadly.
Mhm.
I had to go back.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when you came back to Japan, what prompted you or what got you wanting to teach Japanese more to foreigners?
うん。なるほどね。いや、そうやね。やっぱり外国人の友達がまあ、オーストラリアに行く前にもいっぱいいたんやけど、
Mm,
やっぱりみんな、ちょっと日本語難しそうかなっていうのと、
yeah.
あとは、そうやな、like everyone like learn Japanese by textbook,
Mhm.
like usually, or like by going to language school. So
Mhm.
they usually learn very like formal,
Normal.
polite
Yeah.
Japanese, like
Uh-huh.
sentence. So like when it comes to like very casual situation, like they really used to, they like usually not a good at speaking that person. So
I
I
know.
was like, and I actually like experienced same experience.
Mhm.
Is like in Japan we learn very like formal like
English.
English, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we usually learn from the sentence, which is "This is a pen," which we never use.
Right.
This is a pen, which yeah, we never use it. So
Mhm.
and so when I went to Australia, like, and I was really at the first point, like I was really struggle with the accent,
Mhm.
of course, because we usually learn American English,
Mhm.
and also I didn't know any like slang, English slang at all,
Mm.
and how to say in a casual way, like
Mhm.
any sentence. I didn't know. So I actually good. I was really good at English in like Japanese school,
Yeah.
but I couldn't speak English at all, and I was so embarrassed. Oh my god, I was so embarrassed. So
Yeah. That's
I feel like, oh, I had to study like again from zero, which
yeah.
is nonsense because I learned
Yeah.
English for years
Uh-huh.
in Japan. I had to start from zero. That's stupid,
So
right?
so
So like I think
how
like
did you practice the casual English? How did you practice that?
yeah, I actually learned from
Nice.
podcast, yeah, and from movie because
Okay.
like they talk in a casual way, obviously. So
Mhm.
yeah, I could really learn from them.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have to say again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah, kind of struggling time for me.
Mhm. Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
When I was at ALT in because I lived in Ibaraki, and I
Oh.
yeah, so I taught in 3 elementary schools and 1 junior high school, and for my lessons, I always try to like I will always have like one like special lesson where I taught my students like casual speaking and casual like phrases and stuff like that. And I remember one lesson, it was about slang, and I
Mm.
was trying to teach them like, you know, easy slang and nothing too like crazy slang.
Uh,
Yeah, and then they were teaching me like some kansai bin and some
uh.
slang words too. So it was like it was an exchange. It was an even exchange.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
So,
That's good. Yeah.
but I tell them like the way that you learn in the textbook, it's not the same. It's not how we talk, like how you talk to your
Sure.
friends. It's not the same. So I tell them don't try to memorize
Mm,
sentences like word from word because when you speak to me or anyone, you know, from
mm,
another country, we'll think it's kind of strange, like
mm, mm,
"chotohen
mm,
tomo."
mm.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
yeah. Okay. So and moving back to your meetup group, how did you get that started in Kyoto?
そうね。まあ、ミートアップね。そうやね。まあ、やっぱり、最初はまあどっちかいや、最初はポッドキャストから始めてん、最初は。
Ah, so okay, okay.
うん。
So you started the
で、
podcast. Okay. Yeah, talk
い
about
や、
that.
OK。そう、だから、みんなこう、カジュアル日本語がちょっと下手。まあ、like same as English for me。
Yeah.
だから、やっぱりそのカジュアル日本語のテキストがないから、みんな下手くそ。だよね。
Mm,
だから、OK, I'm gonna make it. で、ポッドキャスト作った。
mhm.
で、まあ、そうだね。まあ、関西にずっと住んでるから、
Mhm.
関西の友達がもうめちゃめちゃいるね、日本に。めちゃめちゃいるから、
Mhm.
もうみんな読んで、はい、じゃあなんか、はいデートで喋ってって言って。でも、no script.
Right.
And they don't have to be careful about like how
What they say.
fast they talk.
Yeah.
Like ス
Mhm.
ピードとかも全く気にせずに喋って、普通の会話喋って、それレコーディングして、
Yeah.
で、俺が説明するっていうやつだ
Mm,
から、まあ、it's a bit difficult for like beginner obviously because it's
yeah.
a natural speed,
Mhm.
natural vocabulary, and Kansai accent.
Mhm.
So that's why like our friend
Mhm.
Ayana Saka, she posted on Twitter like, oh, it's recommended for maybe N3 and app, maybe she said, I think.
Yeah.
そうだから、まあ、ちょっと難しいけど、で
Mm,
もこここれから学んだら勉強したら絶対上手くなると思っ
mhm,
て、
mhm.
I I started.
Nice. So, kind of just go back a little bit for our English listeners. Um,
Yeah.
so pretty much your podcast is casual listening. In the beginning, there wasn't anything like that on like podcasts. So you had your friends just talk regular speed, like they were on a date, right? And you just had them talk to each other as usual, regular speed, and you would record it. And then afterwards, you would explain, kind of break down the conversation and break down some of the grammar, some of the dialect or the kansai as we call it, um, within the podcast. And so it's a really good way because it helps me a lot. I listen to it all the time. Um, yeah, and I'm like, I'm taking notes. I'm like, okay, this is a new one.
Yay.
Yeah, so yeah, like you break it down and for those that are listening, and then you also have your show notes too, right? Where you can read the grammar or the phrases that they used within the conversation. So I think it's awesome. I like because I've looked through a lot of different podcasts and I have not seen anything like that. So yeah, definitely revolutionary as they call it.
ありがと
Yeah. Nice. So then the meetup was after the podcast.
う。うん
You
う
created
ん。
the meetup group afterwards. Nice. Okay. And how did you get people to come to that?
結構難しかった。正直。最初は結構みんな来てくれたけど、
Yeah.
やっぱり最初京都でやったんやけど、
Mm.
because like my grandparents manage public bus in Kyoto.
Oh,
Yeah. So I could use free space.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah. だから最初やってたけど、京都であんまり来る人がおらんかったんよね。
Mm.
だから I change 大阪。
Oh, okay.
そう、大阪でちょっとやったけど、
Mm-hmm.
う
Totally
ん。
cut out. Was it because it was far?
そうやね。だから綾菜さんも大阪やから、
Mm-hmm.
みんな、で大阪やったら結構みんな来てくれて、
Mm-hmm.
来てくれたけど、でもちょっと、そうやね。カジュアル日本語。だから、結構 Facebook とかかな。Facebook のと
Yeah.
か、Facebook の広告とか、友達とか、来て、みたいな感じで言って、
Mm-hmm.
最初は集めてた。
Okay.
うん。
And then probably after that, just like word of mouth, like people telling their friends and like, oh, you should
Yeah.
come. Yeah. I know we have like here, I had started a meetup when I came back to Japan, which was like um 2019, and
ああ。
I moved to this area. This is like DC, Washington DC,
うん。
Northern Virginia, Maryland, like
う
area.
ん。
There's a lot of people that enjoy Japanese, and there are many different meetup groups in this area. Um,
そうなん。
yeah, mm-hmm.
へ
And
え。
this one group, they meet in Washington D.C. and they just have like casual Japanese conversations because there's a lot of yeah, a lot of like Japanese
いっ
people
たい行きた
living
い。
there. Yeah, and so they help other people that want to learn Japanese, just have casual talk here too. Yeah. So it's really
うん。
popular. So I had started a group um like the winter time in 2019, and it
う
was
ん。
muzukashimo, like to get people to come to my group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
うん。
I definitely understand.
え、じゃあ、ホストってこと？
もう一回。
あ、ホスト？そ
うん、
のグループのホストってこと？
そうそうそう。
すごいな。めっ
Yeah.
ちゃすごいやん。
でも、
え、
because of COVID-19, I had to stop. So,
ああ。
yeah. So, like, I wasn't sure, like, it was very beginning, like, COVID time. So,
うん。
it was like we just had to just stop meeting in person, and then
ああ。
later people started doing Zoom like this, but
Yeah.
I just stopped it. So I just do the podcast and
なる
stuff.
ほどね。残
Yeah,
念やね、ちょっと。
yeah.
うん。
Okay. So I like to do like a favorites, like Ichiban Suki na Koto type of section in my podcast.
うん、
So
OK。
I just want to just get to know Dai-san.
OK。
Yeah. So what is your favorite like destination, like place to travel to? I mean, Nihon, or like out of Japan.
ああ、難しいな。日本だったら、やっぱり結構、田舎カントリー
Inaka.
サイド行くのが、う
うん、
ん、好きかな。やっぱ自然が好きやから、
うん、
まあ、ずっと神戸やから、まあ、田舎じゃないねんけど、
うん。
まあでも、車とかで、例えば、四国行ったことある？
Shigoku?
四国、なんか小さい、
Yeah.
4県があるところ。
Okay.
うん、四国とかは結構好きかな。もう何もないけどね。何もないで。何もないけど、もう自
Yeah.
然がいっぱいある。う
Okay.
ん。
Cool,
で、
cool.
外国やったら、
うん。
やっぱり人に会いに行くかな。知ってる人がいるところに行くかな。でもまあ、アメリカも知ってる人いるし、ヨー
うん、
ロッパもいるし、オーストラリアもいるし、
うん。
だから人に会いに行く方が好きかもしれない。
Okay, okay.
うん、
Alright, so how about what is your favorite do you have a favorite TV show, テレビ番組?
テレビ番組、
うん。
テレビ最近見てないよね。テレビ持ってないね。
うん。So, okay.
ごめん
So,
ね。
like, what about, like, anything on, like, YouTube or Netflix?
YouTube。あ、Netflix。あ、で
うん。
も、めっちゃ古くて、
うん。
ティピカルやけど、I like Friends. I love watching Friends, like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
これ
That's I mean,
アメ
a
リカ
lot of, like it's funny because a lot of Japanese people say friends, so
いや、じゃあちょっと答え変えよう。うん、どうしようかな。いや、なんかみんなと同じ嫌やな。なんやろう。
But YouTube も OK.
YouTube も OK。
うん。
YouTube 何見るっけ？
な
YouTube
い It's okay.
もうランダムやね。ランダム
If
で。
you have to think that hard, it's okay. Okay, alright. So, what about your favorite food and not Japanese food? 他
え、
の。
他の
Yeah.
え他のラーメン is Japanese food? ラーメン。
Uh,
Chinese food?
ramen, yeah, I guess because it's from China.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love ramen.
yeah. I love ramen
ラ
too.
あ、yeah.
Yeah, Japan definitely has some good ramen though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
もう美味しいよね。
And I learned about mapo from Japan.
ああ、
That's my favorite.
いや、そ
Yeah, a family mat で、美味しい。
ファミリーマートで。
Yeah, they have
マ
some
ジで。
really good mapo
確かに、日本の中華料理、チャイニーズフードはめっちゃ好き。
うん。
麻婆豆腐とかもチャイニーズフードだし、
Yeah,
ラーメンもまあ一応チャイニーズ
yeah, yeah, 確かに。Yeah.
and Chinese
Okay.
food. But
Um,
like I don't think I can eat like Chinese food in China.
yeah, I get it.
Mm.
All right. Do you have a favorite like type of music? Do you listen to music?
uh yep, I actually love classical music.
Okay. Do you have like a favorite like artist?
Yeah, I love Mozart actually.
Oh, okay.
そう、それで大学生の時にちょっとバイオリン始めて、
Oh, okay, okay.
でも、めっちゃ難しい。
Yeah, I'm sure.
もう、これ、最初ちょっと簡単やと思うね。
Really? Oops. Should move my
そ
left.
したら、ももう最初始めた時にもう、Okay, it's gonna take 20 years to, to be a good
Yeah.
violinist. So,
We're like, I'm
無理や
done
った。
with it. Yeah. Okay. So, I have one more. Oh yeah. No, yeah, I forgot. Oh, okay. What is your favorite like hobby? Shumi.
趣味
Mm.
難しいな。あ、でも、やっぱ、運動することめっちゃ好きやな。もう、まずスポーツは全部好き。サッカーとか、バドミン
Mhm.
トンとか、野球とか、テニスとか好きや
Okay.
けど、
Mhm.
あとは、まあ、ジムに行くかな。
Mm.
うん。
Got you. All
うん。
right. Well, we know a lot more about dye now. Cool. Well, thanks for coming on today and shout out your podcast. Do you know what shout out means?
Yeah,
Okay.
ありがとう。ありがとう。あり
So
がとう。
make sure you guys tune into Dai's podcast. It's Casual Nihongo. I will put that in the show notes below. And is it okay if I share your Instagram too?
Of course. I'll
Okay.
show you.
All right, cool, cool. So I will put all that information in the show notes and make sure you guys go ahead and follow him on Instagram and listen to his podcast. Definitely for those that want to learn Japanese. I don't think you need to be like in three or
Oh,
higher.
really?
Yeah, I think it's because you break it down so well. I think anyone that wants to learn and practice listening, it's really helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you do a good job. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming on today. And again, as usual, make sure you guys go to my website, thesalatospod.com. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. All the information will be below. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks, Di.
Thank you. ありがと
All right.
う。